Hello everybody on YouTube. I have gotten this actually very scary thing from a friend of mine. I will not give you the screen name of this person because I'm not sure if they would appreciate it or not. But it was something that was from the ACLU. It's quite frightening. The subject is Mukasey to Congress use endless war to subvert the Constitution. And I'll read this to you in the entirety. This is from the ACLU, and I'm going to go ahead and read it to you now. Tell the Congress, excuse me, I'm sorry. Sorry, I have to go back down to it. It says, tell the Congress to reject the Bush-Mukasey plan to subvert the Constitution. It says, here they go again. On Monday, Bush's Attorney General, Michael Mukasey, called on Congress to take dramatic steps to subvert the Constitution. Mukasey is demanding the Congress issue a new declaration of war that would make the entire globe, including the United States itself, a battlefield, where the president decides who will be locked up forever. Instead of ending the Bush system of injustice, he wants Congress to make it permanent. Tell Congress to reject the Bush-Mukasey plan to subvert the Constitution. Not only has Bush's Attorney General called on Congress to issue a new declaration of war, but he is also asking Congress to 1. Get habeas corpus, the freedom to that protects people from being thrown in prison illegally with no help, no end in sight, and no due process. Cover up the Bush administration's systemic torture and abuse of detainees. Judges would not be allowed to see evidence of torture and abuse and would instead simply have to trust that a president is holding the right people as enemy combatants. With only 5 weeks left in the congressional schedule and only 6 months left in the Bush presidency, Mukasey's power grab should be laughed out of town. But given this Congress's track record, the Mukasey proposal is no laughing matter. Tell Congress to reject Bush-Mukasey plan to subvert the Constitution. Too many times we've seen Congress cave in to the most outrageous Bush demands for out-of-control powers. The Patriot Act, National Security Letters, the Military Commissions Act, the Protect America Act, and most recently the congressional sellout on FISA. 4 times the Supreme Court has rejected the Bush administration's effort to design a war on terror system of injustice that defies the Constitution and mocks the rule of law. In the past, the administration has responded not by respecting the Constitution, but by counting on Congress to legitimize its indefensible conduct. There is no way we can let that happen this time. Even as the House Judiciary Committee investigates whether high-level Bush White House officials may have committed crimes of torture and abuse, the Bush administration has the arrogance to ask Congress to give it power to detain people without trial and hide torture and abuse from the courts. Tell Congress to reject Bush-Mukasey plan to subvert the Constitution. We can't take for granted the Congress will reject the Bush-Mukasey plan. We have to meet this outrageous proposal with an immediate wall of protest that says to Congress, don't you dare. I urge you to join defenders of freedom all across the country in raising your voice against Attorney General Mukasey's dangerous proposal. And basically this is a letter written from Caroline Friedrichsen, the director of ACLU, the Washington Legislative Office. I will go ahead and probably just post this on the right hand side of the of my video so that you can all read it for yourself. and I'll give you where you can send them an email. But what I would urge you to do is to write all of your congressmen, your senators. We need to speak now. This is out of control. Bush is trying to get martial law. He wants martial law. This is what's happening. He wants to take our rights away, which he's already been doing for the last 8 years. He wants to become the dictator. And so I would like to thank the person who sent this to me. He knows who he is. This is all I have to say for tonight. Peace out, and please do your part.